Hello and welcome everyone to another Procreate brushes video. In this video, I'm going to talk about making scatter brushes, so we're going to be using the jitter feature quite a bit. But you see that these brushes have like a glittery look to them. And again, this is a relatively simple brush. We're going to get a little more complicated very soon. But let's get started. Alright, for this one, I just opened a screen size document. I'm not making my own shape for this one. I'm going to use one in the source library. So I don't need to make my own square and make my own shape. So I just opened any size document you want. Doesn't have to be anything special this time. So we're going to create a brush. I'm going to create a new category of brushes here. And I'm going to name it scatter brushes. And then I'm just going to add, I'm in this category, I'm going to add with the plus sign. And we're going to take the default settings and change them. So, first thing I want to change is the shape. I'm going to go to the edit, import, and then go to the source library. Alright, you have to scroll down a bit, or you can go to the search and just put star in there, and star is the one you want. Pick that one and then say done. So that's going to be our shape. Now we're going to change a few things. Well, since we're in shape, we're going to change scatter, because that's going to kind of randomize the direction that the star is. I'm going to bring that up to 50. I'm just going to leave the rotation alone. I'm going to increase the count. Let's go 5. And then the count jitter, let's bring that up to like 25. And then put randomized on there. Okay, we're gonna leave, that should be it there. I'm gonna go back to stroke path. Gonna increase the spacing. But let's increase it to 25, and then I'm gonna increase the jitter a bunch. Let's see. Let me clear this out and make my own. It depends on how scattered you want it to be, really. I'm going to increase it to 100 for now. I might make another version that's a little less. And if you want to change any of the stabilization, you can. If you're going to be like writing letters or with it, you might want to do that. I'm going to leave it alone for now. Grain, I'm not going to do anything with this time. Rendering, I'll leave that alone. We're going to change color dynamics in a minute, but I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to change here the jitter size. So this is going to change I'm going to change this to 60%. So you see some of these are bigger than the others. And you can also change the opacity if you want, so that some of them are, I'm going to clear this out again. Oops. Some of them are a little more opaque than others. And I can tell that I didn't go to the Apple Pencil yet. But there's a little bit of pressure difference here with the opacity as well. Yeah, so the opacity is at max with pressure. So if you want that, you can do that. Otherwise, if you bring that all the way down, it doesn't change with pressure, just changes a little bit as you go, because we changed that in the dynamics with the jitter. So you see if you bring that up, a lot more of them are transparent. Let's do 50%. So you can either change the opacity with pressure if you want, but this just changes it like randomly throughout the stroke. And that's more the look I want for this one. So I'm actually not going to change, at least for this version, I'm not going to change anything with the Apple Pencil with pressure or anything like that. Properties, I might change this a little bit so it doesn't get so big. Put that down to 50. And then I would bring minimum opacity up a little bit so it's not always 0. I'm going to bring it up to 5. Then, so this is like the basic version of this one. Now, pick a color, doesn't really matter what color right now. And then if you were to make that smaller, but it gives you kind of that glittery look depending on the color you use. Like this is starting to look kind of gold if you use like a darker yellow. And you can get kind of a silver look if you do like a gray. But this is for like a glitter. So that's one version. Now we didn't actually title this brush. Go back to about this brush. Basically whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it small glitter. Create a reset point. So that is that. Now you can make different changes to it on top of that. So I'm going to duplicate this. You can always like increase or decrease any of the things like the jitter or the spacing or the size. So, you know, you can change exactly how much, like how far out it goes from your stroke, or if you want it to be kind of very tight into the stroke. You know, that's up to you how much you want it to jitter off. Now those are kind of like condensed. If you wanted to do, like you could increase the spacing for one thing, that would help. Let's just increase it to like 75. And if we erase that, you see that it's a little more scattered out there. So if like you were making stars in the sky or something like that, you could use a brush like this for that. And you can always use a different shape as well. This is just one that it's in this source library that's a star shape that you can use. You can make your own star shape, whatever, you can experiment with whatever shape you want. I'm gonna change the name of this one to I'm just gonna say space glitter. Now, there's other things you can change. If I go back to this original small glitter brush, I'm going to duplicate that again. I'm going to bring it up. And then, if you go into color dynamics, if you remember how we used to change things like this, you know, you can change the color within it to get like a little variation color in all the little stamps that get stamped in that. And you can change it by stroke as well, so the stroke would be different each time. It would start with a different color. And you can change, you know, any of these, the saturation, lightness, darkness, and secondary color if you want. Now remember, this drawing pad automatically puts black as your secondary color, so if you really want to experiment with this, you have to come out and pick a different color. I'm gonna pick like a, what do I want? Like a blue over here. And then for secondary, let's do like an orange. This is actually with orange as the primary color. If I switch it around and do blue as the primary color, and you see it's a little different. So again, you can play around with all this depending on what kind of variations you want in the color, and you can see more about explanations of what all these do in the Brush Studio Part 3 video. Also, the last couple of videos where I've been talking about changing color with any other type of brush. You can look back at those as well. I go through all this stuff and how you can change the colors within it, so that's something you can do. Let me go back and change this to colorful glitter. And it all depends on how, you know, similar you want it to the color you picked. You would do something lower then, so like 10 for that. And maybe let's turn off secondary color for that. Let's see how that changes. See, you got this blue color. It's not going to vary very much from that blue color, but it's going to vary a little bit, like a little bit further to the darker blue and then a little bit towards the green, I suppose. But if you increase that, let's say 25, you're going to see it start to grab other colors in there as well, like you got into that purple and a little bit further into the green, if you can see that. So again, this is all how much you want to vary it, and then how much you want to vary the jitter as well, the randomized. And you can get all kinds of different combinations of this brush. I'm only giving you a few options you can do, but you can keep experimenting. And again, you can change the shape, you can change the grain as well. So if you want something a little more textured, you can do that. But that's, you know, that's the basics of like a scattery brush. We're gonna do a little bit more with another video where we're gonna combine brushes. It's coming up soon, where you can get like a different, like you can get a scatter kind of around a different brush. So we're gonna talk about that in another video. But right now, this is what this was all about. So I know this is a quick one compared to other videos I've done, but that's probably a good thing, right? So, scatter brush. All right, everyone. So we've got some more brushes that we're going to be making soon. Thank you for your patience. I know it's been a while since I uploaded any videos, much less a Procreate one. I'm getting back into the groove here and going to start uploading some more videos very soon. So this was a very simple one. Again, we're going to start getting more complicated very soon with both the brushes, and when we're done with that, we're going to start getting more complicated with animations and projects and stuff like that. So that's all coming up very soon. And as always, I have other projects coming up on the channel as well that don't have anything to do with Procreate. So if you're interested in any of that, those videos are going to start coming out again very soon. But that's it for now, so I will see you in the next video.